Hey guys, it's Sarah from ExtremeTerrain.com, and today we have a review and install of the Barricade Trail Force HD rear bumper, fitting your 07 through 18 Jeep Wrangler JKs. This bumper is constructed from 3/16 steel and features a textured black powder coat finish. This bumper includes a built-in 2-inch standard hitch receiver, as well as D-rings with reinforced mounts. In addition to its sturdy construction, this bumper can accommodate up to a 35-inch tire. Coming in at around $330, this is a budget-friendly way to add protection to the rear of your Jeep. I'm giving this install a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter. It does feature a bolt-on installation and can be done in approximately 1 hour with the help of a friend. With that said, let's jump right into our install. For this install, we used an impact gun, a socket set ranging from 15 to 21 millimeter, and an 18 millimeter wrench. All right, so the first step in our uninstall is to remove our spare tire to give us better access to the bumper. So grab your 21 millimeter socket and let's get this off our Jeep. Now we can remove the 2 bolts that hold the side of your bumper on. Now factory, these should be a 16, but the ones on our truck are a 17. So let's grab your socket and get these removed. Repeat that process on the other side. So you will need to remove 2 brackets, one on either side of your crash bar that normally bolt right here with 2 15 millimeter bolts. Ours have gone missing, but if you do still have these, you will need to remove them. With all of our bolts removed, let's get our bumper off of our Jeep. All right, so we will need to remove our factory hitch in order to install our Barricade bumper. One thing to note that on our Jeep, we do have an aftermarket exhaust here that deletes the large factory muffler that will sit right up here. Now, if you're not able to get these bolts out because they are so long with your factory muffler in place, you can drop it on either side by removing it from the hangers, or if it's easier, you can take it off at the clamp that is right behind the axle. But since ours does not have that, grab your 18 millimeter socket and remove the bolts. So one final note on our uninstall is that if your Jeep has a factory tow hook here, that will also have to come out. Ours did not, so now we're ready to get our bumper installed. All right, now that we have our factory bumper uninstalled from our Jeep, we can put it side by side with our Barricade bumper and really check out some of the differences. Right off the bat, you'll notice that your Jeep bumper is almost entirely constructed of plastic, and our Barricade bumper is constructed from plate steel, so you're gonna get quite a bit more durability there. In addition, this factory plastic is definitely going to fade over time, and our Barricade bumper features a nice textured black powder coat that is going to last quite a bit longer. Finally, you do get 2 additional recovery points with D-rings that they have included, and the hitch is also incorporated, so there's quite a bit more features to your Barricade bumper. Before we get our bumper bolted onto our Jeep, we do need to slide these brackets into your frame rail. Make sure that the bolts are on the way up. You don't want them like that. So with the bolt holes up, go ahead and slide them into your frame rail until you see them peek through these holes here. Do the same thing with the other bracket. Now we can line up our bumper. You may want to grab a friend for this portion to do it a little easier. Grab your hardware and let's get it started. Once you have all 4 bolts in the outer sides of your bumper, install the 4 hitch bolts. You may have to wiggle your bumper a little bit to get these in. With an 18mm wrench and an 18mm socket, tighten these down. At this point, just double check your fitment. If you're not happy with how it aligns to your Jeep, you can definitely loosen those 4 bolts up underneath and tweak it a little bit to your liking. But if you are happy with it, grab your 18mm socket and let's tighten down the bolts on the outside. At this point, we can reinstall our tire on our Jeep. Finally, we can install our D-rings. With the pins out, slide them over this tab and slide them through the threaded side. And that is going to do it for the review and install of our Barricade bumper. Remember, for all things Jeep, keep it at ExtremeTerrain.com.